Nearly 7 months after Michael, and the need for housing is so critical.
Neither homes nor apartments were spared from the Category 5 winds Michael unleashed on Panama City. Some had no choice but to leave, while others are trying to tough it out. ABC 3340 Cynthia Gould takes us to a tent city to meet some of the survivors of Hurricane Michael, the forgotten storm.
Even though I'm living in a tent.
Nowhere is the housing crisis more evident than here in North Bay County behind Shelley Summers' home. Her backyard is open to those with nowhere else to go. 19 are here this day.
And I think what upsets me the most is when people tell me I'm amazing, because it should not be that way. It should be everybody helping everybody.
Donations help meet the needs. Tents are equipped with electricity and plumbing.
We have a bathroom, we have food, we have a shower. We have everything we need here. And the love is plenty.
Her family's only other option is to live in their truck.
Bay County don't care and FEMA don't care.
FEMA sent 765 trailers to Bay County. At last check, 77 are empty.
It's very disheartening and frustrating at the same time when you see the lack of care, the lack of empathy.
The housing that is available, too expensive for many. So Summers says most here will work to save up money to leave Bay County.
They don't care if they stay or they leave.
It's an animal.
The housing shortage so severe 5,000 children are gone from the local school system. Restaurants and stores are slowly coming back. For those that have reopened, business is very good, but it's a constant struggle to find workers. Others have decided to call it quits.
What's really needed here is rental property for the employees to come back to work.
RX Express was wiped out by the hurricane. Now in a new location, they work long hours with a limited staff, each facing their own housing dilemmas.
I personally have moved 5 times in the last 6 months.
Too few contractors and issues with insurance payments compound the stress.
Lynn Haven, Panama City, Bay Point.
Locals like Rachel Smoker have started up nonprofits, worried so many are doing without.
But is the biggest request I personally still get is food to feed their children, yes.
The few food banks still open usually run out of supplies as donations dry up.
We feel forgotten in Bay County. People need to know what's happening here. It's been 6 months and it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Forgotten perhaps, but not giving up.
We're going to make it because we're strong. We've never let nothing defeat us.
In Panama City, Cynthia Gould, ABC 3340 News.
Those homes nobody has been down to work on since the storm.
It's a familiar sight while driving along Cape San Blas. But don't come to this piece of what was once paradise hoping to find a good deal.
They're coming in looking for fire sales and they're not finding them.
Real estate agent Sherry Dodsworth says her neighbors aren't going anywhere.
It's not an event that you survive quickly. It's an ongoing process.
For many of her neighbors, their homes were big business. Rental properties are the lifeblood of this small beach town.
Frustration after 6 months is starting to settle in. You saw as we were driving out here, there's still a lot of homes with just tarps on the roofs.
The seawall, which protects the Cape's main road, is still being repaired.
People just accept that since Michael, everything takes longer. Everything. This is a perfect example. 7 months ago, I would have stressed out over it, and everyone goes, it's just life after Michael.
Some days it feels like it's been a week, and other times it feels like it's been a lifetime.
Greg Matney owns Scallop Cove, a gas station and bait and tackle store. Here, contractors now replace tourists.
And they're in for lunch every day, so we're not selling as much bait and tackle and souvenirs as we might have, but we're selling more gas, cigarettes, packaged beer, that type of thing.
NASA has released new low-orbiting satellite imagery, and that is what it used to look like. That's the current situation right now.
And the impact from Hurricane Michael can be felt in more ways than one on this peninsula. Right here, scars still along the beach. There was once a road here, now only water. The St. Joseph's Peninsula Campground and nationally recognized beach
You still see some remnants of it.
has been cut off ever since Michael made landfall.
It's always been the forgotten coast. That's one of the things people are saying now, yeah, we've been forgotten again.
We've got the coffee shop right there in the beach pizza.
Mayor Al Cathy is on a mission to rebuild.
We have no gas station, we have no bank, we have no grocery store. We're, what you say, limping along.
It's been a 24/7 job since Michael made landfall here.
And it'll be that way for several years. But our spirit's high and attitude's everything.
Only a handful of houses are habitable on the beach side of town. It will still be another 2 months before there is sewage service here. There are signs of progress.
Those are poles for seawalls.
You still find truckloads of sand and debris. A federal disaster aid bill is stalled in Congress, the result of a clash between President Trump and Senate Democrats over aid to Puerto Rico from another hurricane.
It's difficult for me as the mayor to read the paper and watch the news and think of what our people need and sort of see that money held up in a sort of a negotiating tool.
On a late spring day here in Mexico Beach, normally there would be families all along these sands. Right now there's not. 6 months later, all that's left are the scars left by Hurricane Michael. But right now there are people working because they believe that those families should and will be back.
This was it. This was the side come in the front.
Michael Scoggins is one of those people.
2 front entrances over here. We had picnic tables sitting out front.
The concrete foundation is all that remains of the Killer Seafood restaurant. Scoggins says his restaurant will return.
This is not the way I'm going to make my exit. You know, if I'm going to choose to leave the restaurant, it'll be, sell it to as a profit. Somebody who'll take care of it as we did.
Michael Scoggins hopes his restaurant will come back first as a food truck, then as something more.
Now I don't know if I'll ever even see these people again, Some people will choose not to come back here.
For every for sale sign, there's 2 or 3 buyers.
Kathy believes there are more choosing to come back.
People love Mexico Beach, and they show it. They don't talk about it, they live it.
Now Kathy wonders, will the rest of the country show it too?